Hello, it's me, back at it, again. I'm back on the farm, here. Darwin, get in the frame. Oh, that's rude. We're here, we're ready. We're gonna go on the lunge line today and see how we do. So, does that feel good? I'm gonna start off by, obviously, putting a halter on Darwin. When I went to bring him in from the field, he was super well behaved about this. He came right over and let me put it on without grabbing it. So, I mean, that's exciting. Sorry, someone is calling me. My building manager. We'll ignore them for now. Okay. Oh, look at that. You actually probably couldn't see that. But he was super well behaved about that. And just kind of kept his head where it was and didn't do anything, so I'm enjoying that. And that's really, really good. Good boy. Pat's for a good boy. Because, I mean, that was my main kind of thing I was working on last week with him, was like the not grabbing the halter. So that's super exciting to me that he just let me put that on him like that. You can't even see me, that's awkward. I'm going to give Darwin a nice good grooming this morning. Just, check him over and everything. And then I'm going to take him in the indoor and stick him on the lunge line, like I said. I really want to see kind of how he does, and I'd like to see how he reacts to me trying to have him kind of move around me. Because I feel like we are definitely forming like a pretty good relationship. Like, he came right up to me in the field, like gave me a little nicker. He was happy to see me, but he wasn't like pushy or in my space or anything. He was really respectful, so that's good to see already, that he kind of already respects my space. Although he did just kind of headbutt me in the stall, so maybe he like doesn't. But I want to put him on the lunge line and see what we get today. So, hi, are you posing for the camera or are you trying to bite me? Maybe we're yawning. I don't really know. So we're gonna give him a nice good grooming now, and then I will stick him on the lunge line and see what happens. So, since I'm about to go work him on a lunge line, my personal feeling is like you should always be protecting your horse's legs as much as you can. Hi, buddy. Just because, they're not always the most graceful animals, and it's super easy for them to like nick the inside of their leg or something if you don't have something protective on it. So that's kind of my thought with the boots. Most horses do not like hind boots if it's the first time they've had them on, so we'll see what he's feeling. He's already like a little funny about them on the cross ties, so hopefully he's fine. If he's not, I'll just take him off. Not a big deal to me. But allergies. But so that's kind of my thought process there, is just I think that whenever you're gonna work them on a lunge line or something, you should protect their legs. And then, I'm not going to do a ton with him today because I don't even know that he's ever been on a lunge line, but I'd like to eventually do some more work with him on the lunge and everything. So I'd like to try to get him used to the boots now when I'm like not doing as much, so that then later when I actually do try to get him up into like the trot and the canter on the lunge line, I just have those as kind of something protective. Can you not with the head? Yeah, so the more I hang out with Darwin, the more there's like some other things. Yes, I'm talking about you, sir. So he's kind of, you might be able to see it in the time lapse of me grooming him, but he kind of like wants to stick this front foot out when you're working with him on the cross ties. I'm not sure that if that's like he's stretching or if he wants to kind of paw or something, but like the pawing is really rude. It's not a behavior that we want. So I'm gonna kind of see a little later down the line like what he continues to do with that, if that's something we need to work on. And then the only other thing he does is like the kind of the head flicking when you're out in front of him. I don't really like when my horses do that because, if I'm too close to him by accident and he clocks me in the head with his head, that's gonna hurt really bad. So I don't really know how to train that. I've never had a horse that does that. So I'm excited to do some research when I get home today. and see kind of how people deal with that, because that's like not something that I've done before. So yeah, that's that. What we're learning together. All I want to get him to do is work around me in a circle. Good boy. On this. So what I'm going to kind of do here is get behind him a little bit. Because I want him to move away from my body and away from the whip. So I'm going to kind of stay at his hindquarters and just kind of grab my wrist. Oh, we're trotting. You can just walk it, okay. So maybe he does. He's doing a really good job. Because all I really want him to be doing right now is working around me in this circle. So he's doing super great. So now he's kind of walking past the bar and looking down at him. And I'm kind of making my circle gradually wider and wider as he's doing a better job working around me. If this doesn't work, we can't get me. I'll just figure out a voice over this, but I'll figure it out. So he's there. So I'm going to go ahead and ask for a little bit of trot. Good boy. Good boy. He is being fantastic. I'm actually so impressed with him. I wonder if he really, good boy, paid attention on this because he's doing a great job. Oh, there we go. There's the leg. I was wondering when it was going to come out. So kind of as he's getting a little more comfortable with this idea of being, he's kind of going to start wanting to play a little bit and act out. He's being really good. What I'm kind of looking for here is I want him to totally relax. And I want him to kind of be and have him drop his head a little bit and staring at super high because he's kind of looking at everything. He's getting better. Turn around to his back end, and there you can see like his head trying to drop. Oh, now he's playing. But he's doing a really good job working in this circle. The only thing he really wants to get distracted is by that window or trying to have him play to do good thing. And he came out looking a little bit stiff too, but as kind of worked on his spot a little bit. And he got used to this like kind of being in a circle. It was really good. He's definitely playing with the head. That's not a bad thing. I want to kind of encourage this as kind of like for him to kind of get his a little bit of wiggle up and everything. He got it. It's still a little bit. So I'm very impressed with how he's doing. Good job. As you can see, kind of over and over before he gets used to the trot. The head, well, other than just staring out the doors, the head's considering going down a little bit. He's being really, really good about this. So I'm kind of excited. I would love to eventually get on it. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna Darwin. Sweet Pea. Hello. we're gonna go the other direction now on my lunge line. He did really, really well the first way. He kind of, I don't know if he's ever been on a lunge line before. I'll have to ask Larry, probably, to check for soundness and stuff. But he did really well with kind of respecting my cues and with the kind of just motion of working around me. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, so I'm gonna see what we can do now. And this is really good because he wants to play a little bit on the lunge line. I hope you could see that in the video. I don't know how well this setup is really working, but that's good because kind of my whole goal with this was like to give him a little bit of an outlet for some of those behaviors that he does that are like a little bit sassy. And so if he's kind of playing on the lunge line, like that's okay with me for right now. So yeah. So you can see already, like mostly now, he just wants to go the other way because we've already gone that way. He's kind of decided he's comfortable and happy with that way. But I really want him to work around me and to go the opposite direction. So let's say get my left foot untangled. I want to kind of work on that a little bit. So there you go. You can see he's trying to bring the pressure of the whip. Well, he's at least supposed to be working away from me this way. But now we're doing the opposite side. Just roll away. No. The head needs to stay over there. I think I might just try to do a dot in the circle. There we go. Nope. Guys, look at this. I'm actually so confident. He's super smart. He's really figuring this out. I know. All right, so it's super sunny. We just got a nice hose down. Well, I'm gonna kind of ramble at you and recap today. I'm so proud of him. He was a freaking rock star. I really had, Slick, we're right here, buddy. I really had no idea how this was gonna go with him because I don't know if he's ever been on a lunge line before today. I'm assuming he has because he did really, really well to the left. But then to the right, he was super confused, and so it's one of those things that I feel like you kind of have to puzzle out, especially, like, I've never, like, taught a horse to lunge. I've had horses that, you know, mine's better one direction than the other, but he still goes on the lunge line, and he'll still go around both directions, so I've never really taught a horse to do that. So I feel like we kind of had to puzzle it out together, but what I kind of landed with was originally I had my lunge line at kind of a neutral point tied to the ring, like right below his chin on his halter. So then I moved it and I kind of strung it up and over his pole, and then so I had kind of all of the leverage on the lunge line towards me on the right side of his face. So I feel like that was better because then he kind of got the idea that I wanted his head to go right, and then I just kind of stayed near his hindquarters, like near his butt, kind of where I am now. with my lunge whip, and just I had that behind him, and so I kind of slowly but surely got him to move off of the lunge whip towards, you know, like kind of with his whole body away from me. And I kind of just got him to trot first because walking wasn't really working, and I really just wanted to kind of get that into his head that I wanted him to move forwards, but with his whole body away from me and not facing me. And he was really, really good. He was definitely a little confused. It doesn't help that I have like screaming the whole time from the barn. I'm not really sure what to do with their kind of separation anxiety. I think they just need some more time apart because and Sluck doesn't do anything. He just sits there and yells, but then it's super distracting for Darwin, who, you know, I'm trying to work with. So we'll see what to do with that. I kind of just think they need to spend some time apart from each other for a little bit. And hopefully knock that out. But all things considered, you know, I don't know how much time he spent in the indoor. The doors being open were kind of scary, and I know he tends to be a horse who's a little bit more like lucky and kind of easily distracted, and he's a little bit higher strung. But all being said, like, he did super good. I'm really looking forward to seeing what having more of a routine and kind of coming out on this lunge line once or twice a week, what that can do for him. I'd really like to see him get a little bit stronger, build that top line a little bit, learn to kind of trot with the head down. But yeah, I'm really excited. I think he'd be a blast to ride, so maybe after a couple more days on the lunge line, maybe I'll stick a Western saddle on him and send him out on the lunge line with that, so he gets used to having something on his back again. I know he's broke, but he's definitely green broke. I think he's an off the track thoroughbred. I'll have to double check on that. So I don't know how long it's been since someone sat on him. But that's kind of an interesting thought. So maybe the more I do on the lunge line, the more broke I get him there. I'll put a saddle on him and then get him used to going around with that on, and then maybe eventually I'll try and sit on him and see what we get. So yeah, there's my recap for today. I'll probably do another one when I get home at my desk, so this will probably be a long video, but I'm really, really excited to see how this goes. So yeah. All right, take 2. We're gonna do some haltering with Darwin. See how he does. And that was honestly pretty perfect. Good boy. That was really good. So he let me come up right there, come right on over, put his halter on, no problem. Didn't try to go for it or anything, which is what we're looking for. We just want him to be quiet and well behaved. It's like, stop pawing. Hey, I know you're bored. Stop. Oh my God, he's like watching me. I know you want to be out of the stall. We'll put you back out soon. So we really want this behavior, this quiet, like he doesn't really care that he's in the stall. He's pretty chill about this whole thing. So I'm gonna go back again. What? Are you biting me? What's happening? Once again, we got our halter on, well behaved, quietly, happily. Take it back off. I'm gonna kind of wander over here. Make him feel like I'm kind of done. Sluck is really unhappy in this stall over here. I know you're bored, but I don't really know what to tell you. You have to stay in here because you're unhappy when you're separated. So you don't really get an opinion today. This is like something we have to work on with them, kind of. I want to get him to be a little bit more chill in the stall over there. He's so mad. He's just staring at me. Are you unhappy? I wonder if we can see him if I move it. Are you pacing? Do you want to be back outside? I know. We're going to be done soon. I just am not done with Darwin. And the problem is, if I try to just bring Darwin in or something, Slick is going to scream and run and be miserable. So you're stuck in here with me. One more time, and look at that. What a good boy. What a good boy. You're so good. That was great. I'm so happy with that for today. You know, he only really went for the water one time. We all go to the other side and see if he does it from that side. But he's been really, really good with this today. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hi. So there we go. So now he's effective. But even there, it like hit his lip a little bit, and he didn't really put it in his mouth. I just don't want this to be like a repetitive thing where he can do the wrong thing and get away with it. Are you gonna let me put it on, or are you gonna try to eat it? Oh, good boy. That was also really, really good. He just totally let me put it on. You know, that went really well. Alright. I think that's super good for today, just in terms of like, you know, what I did. I'm really happy with him. I feel like he was great today, but I also do feel like his quote is up a little bit, as clearly as Slick's, who is super over being in the barn. So I think I'll call it for today, but I'm really, really happy with that. So there we go.